Hi everyone, welcome to the latest Have You Heard? And I'm really quite excited today because we're going to be listening to a song by Greenslade. And here's the album. It is their second album. Get it right, Richard? There we are. Bedside Manners Are Extra is the name of the album, and we're going to be listening to the title track. Now, just look at this Roger Dean cover with the five-armed keyboard wizard. Oh, it's magnificent. I mean, the whole thing. Just one long. Beautiful landscape with the Black Panther. And just above me there, that is the first Greenslade album, just called Greenslade. And that was the debut of the Roger Dean five-armed keyboard wizard. Now, those of you who may have watched my Prog Vinyl Tag 2026 video, where I entered into the fun and games of choosing 10 albums that fit into certain categories. One of the categories was most underrated prog album of all time, and Bedside Manners Are Extra was my selection. I mean, the band made 4 albums. The original lineup made these 2 albums, this one and the one we're going to hear now. So good, but not many people heard them. And so brilliant live. I was so fortunate. Between 1973 and 1975, the 3 years that they were going strong, and they released 4 albums, those were my final 3 years in the UK before I emigrated, and I just happened to be able to see them in small venues many times, particularly in London, and they'd often get spots at the Marquee Club, the famous Marquee Club in Soho, and they were superb. We'll talk more about the band afterwards, I think, but let's listen to the song now. It's about 6 minutes or so, but it gives you a taste for the twin keyboard, no guitar format that made them quite unique. So here we go. It's Bedside Manners Are Extra, the title track from that album, released in November 1973. Here we are.
But you know I'm not the kind to be kind, to be cruel. Would you resist a small goodbye, but a kiss would be cool? Maybe you're too young to be fooled. I know bedside manners were extra at finishing school. years past, the last time I loved didn't last. Although it's goodbye, the old school tie came in useful but fast. Your mother and father want to know what we already knew. Please write to me if you have the time. Please write to me, let me know it's mine. Please write to me, please fly to me, please. Please write to me if you have the time. Please write to me, let me know it's mine. Please write to me, please fly to me, please. Have a holiday, have a holiday, love. Have a holiday, have a holiday, holiday, love. Have a holiday, have a holiday, love. Have a holiday, have a holiday, holiday, love. Have a holiday, have a holiday, love. Have a holiday, have a holiday, love.
There we are. Bedside Manners Are Extra by Greenslade. Greenslade were four-piece. As I said just before the music started, twin keyboards. So Dave Greenslade, formerly of Colosseum, so very, very well known in prog and jazz rock circles. He was their keyboard player for all the time up until when he formed his own band. And he was joined by Dave Lawson on keyboards. Now, Dave mainly played synthesizer, and Dave Greenslade played piano, organ, electric piano mellotron. Um, Dave Lawson sang and wrote the lyrics, most of the music by Greenslade, and they were joined by a brilliant rhythm section. Tony Reeves on bass, who was also from Colosseum, had played with Dave Greenslade all the way through the Colosseum years, and Andy McCulloch on drums. And Andy had played, I think, on the King Crimson Lizards album. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was for a short time a King Crimson drummer, and his drumming is absolutely magnificent. I think he's up there in the Bill Bruford League, but he never really got the opportunity to shine. And once the band split in '76, he retired from the music industry and he became a sailor. He's a master mariner now. It's incredible. Um, but they made 4 albums. The first one there, the production was a little bit muddy. It's been cleaned up a bit, but it's a shame. It's very good, and we'll play some music from that album. But the production could be a little bit better. This is the second album, Bedside Manners Are Extra. And then they started using guitarists on some songs, on Spyglass Guess, which was their third album, and then Time and Tide on the fourth album. Tony Reeves had left the band, and Martin Briley was the bass player. But they were so good and didn't really make it big. I think the third album reached number 34 in the UK album charts, but that was it. But they were pretty much a cult band. If you knew them, you went to see them. And as I say, I was very fortunate enough to see them both in Birmingham and then in London. I must have seen them about a dozen times, and usually in small venues, when of course that's really nice. You're right up close, the sound is excellent, and they were superb. And they'd play their songs, but they'd improvise a little bit, not too much, but they'd improvise and make things even more exciting. It was such a fascinating sound, and it's a shame they didn't become big, and they had to split because they had huge management issues. I think they were being ripped off, and they didn't have enough money to buy themselves out of their contracts, so they broke up the band. Very sad. But I know there are a few people out there on YouTube who like Greenslade. I know Scott from the Prog Corner is a big Greenslade fan. He did his own show a few weeks ago, I think, where he spoke about each album. I think he ranked them. I think this one probably came out top. But no, if you know about Greenslade, you like them, and I really hope that some people click on and just take the time to have a little listen. And I'm really hoping that I can play more songs of theirs on the channel. Not every song is a vocal song. They do quite a few instrumentals as well, and some of their instrumentals really are so good. As you can tell, I'm a huge fan, and it's such a shame they weren't able to become bigger than they were, but the music is here. So I'm happy to show it to hopefully some new listeners today. Let me know what you think of the song. If it's the first time you've heard Greenslade, please let me know in the comments what you think. If you want any more information, or if you have information, I'm sure there are fans out there who have seen them probably more than I have. Please tell me what you think and how much you enjoyed them, and what you think the best album is or the best songs are. If you're new to the channel, we've got 150 odd videos in playlists down below. Go back in and have a look, see what you think, listen to a few, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you watch and hear. And I look forward to seeing you all on our next video, which should be out very soon. Cheers, everyone. Oh.